Welcome to the video series related to user fluids in SSP. In this video, we will look at creating single-phase user-defined fluids for SSP. SSP comes with an inbuilt database of almost 300 fluids. Some of these are single-phase fluids, some refrigerants, and some mixtures. Sometimes users need to do selections with fluids not listed in SSP. What should one do then? SSP comes with a fluid editor with which users can model their own single-phase and two-phase fluids locally, import them to SSP and perform calculations. What are the required properties for creating SSP single-phase fluid? They are density, specific heat, thermal conductivity, and dynamic viscosity, all as a function of temperature in the range in which the selections are to be made. These properties can be obtained from product sheets, manufacturer software, standard software such as RefProp, and even from open literature such as technical papers and books. For this demo, let us create a thermal oil called Multitherm IG4, which is not in our SSP standard database at the time of this video creation. First step, let's go find the properties. One approach is to search for the physical properties on the internet. The manufacturers usually publish these properties on their website in HTML format or as PDF documents. It is also important to get these properties in the right units. In this case, we found all the properties required by the fluid editor and in the right units. The next step is to copy the data and then paste it in a worksheet for further processing, such as removing additional columns and making other minor corrections. Oftentimes, we need to refer to technical documents and open literature for these properties. In those cases, it is common to obtain these properties in the form of equations and graphs, which in turn need to be processed in a worksheet to obtain useful data. Okay, back to the fluid editor. We have now processed the data in the worksheet and only kept the required properties and in the right order. The next step is to copy the data and then paste it in the grid in the fluid editor for curve fitting. We also need to fill in the necessary fields such as the fluid name, the source of the data, and the user who collected the data. Note that it is possible to change units here or choose between dynamic or kinematic viscosity. The fluid editor attempts to curve fit the user data using several equations and then chooses the one with the least possible error. The user can check the quality of the fits using the plot function. Note that the curve fit data shown in the red is extended in both directions in comparison to the user data. This is done to show the risk of using the curve fits outside the interpolated zone. SSP automatically prevents this by setting the temperature limits based on the user input data. It is also important to provide the user data in good intervals in order to get good quality fits. After checking the other fits, if the user is satisfied, the fluid can now be exported to SSP using the export button. The user data can also be exported to an XML file using the export button, and the file can be shared with other SSP users. Now the fluid is available in SSP. You can find it in the fluid tree under the folder My Fluids and can be used in appropriate calculations. The users can also use the fluid property window in SSP to list the fluid properties. In this way, one can compare the quality of the curve fits to the actual data used. We hope you find the video helpful. In the next video, we demonstrate creating a refrigerant using the fluid editor. Thank you.